Next Day Survival is a multiplayer survival game. Me being a huge fan of the survival genre, I had to check it out when I saw that Quest was part of the game. And when I got it, it was impressive. Not gonna lie, it was really nice. So here are the pros to the game. Graphics. They're not too bad. I mean, that's all there is to say about that. The gunplay, it's fun. You can't aim down sights yet unless you have a sniper rifle. There's also no first person in the game yet. You have to use third person, and swapping shoulders is a nightmare. Swapping on your right shoulder is completely fine, but if you want to peek around a corner on the left side and you swap your shoulder, it doesn't really swap shoulders at all. It just goes right above your head. Now, I played this game with a friend, and I suggest you do too. It's a lot of fun. And if you don't have a friend who has it, if you go to the settlement of whatever faction you're in, and there are factions in the game, you can probably squad up pretty easily. Now, speaking of factions, this is where I'm going to have to go into the cons. The faction system, while it's a great idea, much like the Bandits and Heroes and DayZ, is executed kind of poorly in this game. So how it works is you start off neutral. It's neutral, civilian, and looter. Civilians are the good people, looters are typically the bad people. The factions don't really mean much other than your reputation, which it shows, looter, civilian, or neutral on it, but it doesn't really do anything in the game except to basically support a gang war between the two. Like, if you see someone with civilian or neutral and you're a looter, like, people just automatically shoot them because you can't do anything to change off of looter. If you're a looter and you shoot another looter, you become a traitor, which is basically the worst thing in the game. If you become a traitor and die, you spawn in the middle of nowhere with nothing, because items reset on death, of course. So with this, you get hypothermia instantly if it's at night. As well as this, people have found ways to get around the system, and when they kill their own faction, they don't become a traitor. I once got in a lobby where every time we'd go to the storage, some guy on a roof would throw a nade in there, and every single time he would not be marked as a traitor. But later, my friend that I was playing with thought that it was a glitch, so he went up to a looter and killed him with a wrench. All of the town went on alert, killed him, and he became a traitor. That is my one big gripe about factions. That's pretty much it. The rest is kind of just tweaks on the game. Like the UI. One time I opened my inventory and could not craft at all. Like at all. No matter what I did, I couldn't do anything. Other than that, when you can't loot things off ground, like you have to press F to inspect them. There's no key bindings. And you can move with your map open, but you can't move with your inventory open. So in a game of survival, I think that's important to always be moving so you can strafe while you're looking at your inventory. But then again, it is early access, so I'm sure they'll add stuff like this later on. And one more thing about the quests. When you die, items reset on death. It is a survival game after all. But quests do not. And it really throws me for a loop, because one of the quests, you get all this radioactive gear, and then it's like, oh, go out into the marshland. And I died when I had the radioactive gear equipped, and I can't find anything else. All I found is a really crappy, breathing mask that doesn't even compare to what I had from the quest. This makes it rough to be able to play the game to its fullest, not being able to do the quest line. I've also heard, I can't confirm because I can't be a civilian anymore, but there are a quest line for each faction. And the last and most important thing is that when you load into a server, your body spawns before you actually get into it. So if you're loading into the world, your body to other players will appear before you're able to play the game. This allows players to kill you before you're even loaded in. And this happened to me and my friend numerous times as we went into the military base, low graded off the G and C8 or something like that. And we could not get out of a spawn. It was terrible. Now, I know it sounds like I've said a lot of bad things, but I actually really like this game. Because for it only being out for not even a week, I think, it's actually better than the DayZ standalone. But, yeah, this is a great game. But because of the faction issues, I don't think I can give this more than a 6 out of 10.